Subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss another update from India Forums.
I haven't done so much work in my entire life that I have done in this 1 year. OTT is the new world. You don't have an option but to accept it. Films is a tradition in our country. Gaurinath is a character I have not played. I have never met, heard, or seen a person like this in real life.
It's an honor to have you with us at India Forums. It is safe to say that you're the woman of the hour right now with all the work that you've been doing. So,
Thank you, Sanchita. I'm well. Hope you're well. I hope everyone around you is safe.
Yes, thank you so much. Before we talk about the show, something that I really want to know as someone who's interviewing you for the first time is all the love, all the warmth, all the good work that you've been doing at this point of time. How overwhelming is it? And how satisfied do you feel that, after being around for such a long time, this is the kind of recognition that has been awaiting you?
Well, I feel blessed. I feel lucky. I get a sense of thank God, finally I'm doing the kind of work I've aspired and wanted. And finally, the wait has paid off. The waiting is paid off, and people are writing roles for me and casting me in leads and parallel leads and, the central. It's just, I feel blessed. I feel lucky. I feel like, thank God, thank you so much.
Of course. All right. Talking about the show, your character is really interesting. The subject of the show is really interesting. How has the journey on the show been for you? We know what your character is. We know by now what the show is about. So I would rather want to know how has it been for you working on the show, and what do you see for it to become once it releases?
You know the character? Because I still don't know.
We know as much as we can before seeing it, I'm guessing. So that's what I mean.
Human has been extremely consuming and exhausting. And any show, series becomes very, very exhausting because you have to keep in mind 8 hours of script and everything that has happened. And human, every minute something happens that is unexpected. So to keep all of it together in your mind was a lot. Also, Gaurinath is a character I have not played. I have never met, heard, or seen a person like this in real life. And she's unpredictable. So there was no pattern to Gauri. So every time she would shock me, she would surprise me. And emotionally also, it's a very draining script. And mentally, it's a very complicated script and a complicated part. So it used to be very exhausting, really exhausting.
We'll see you, Casey, along with you, and obviously there are a lot of other actors in the cast. What I see is two women who've done really good for themselves in the OTT space and in general at this point of time with all the love coming your way. How was it working with her? How was it? What was the energy on sets like when the two of you are working and everyone else along with you?
Absolute pleasure. I mean, I feed off my co-actors, obviously. And when you're working with such incredible actors, it just makes me richer as a performer. It adds to my character. And, I'm so glad I could share space with Kirti on this one. And I admire her tremendously as an actor. And it was, and it was fun. In terms of, because even while there were heavy sequences, overall it was, at least together we could chat and laugh. Otherwise it was like the show is overbearing. And then of course it's a fantastic, extremely talented cast. From Mohan Agashe sir to Seema Biswas to Ram Kapoor, Atul Kumar, Vishal Jetwa, Aditya Srivastav, so many more. Just what incredible actors and amazing people. So it was just a treat.
Right. Also, in my interview with Vishal yesterday, there was this point of time when he briefly said, that there are so many characters involved and there is so much happening at the same time during the show that it became difficult to keep a track of what is happening and what is going to happen. So, was that something for you too? And how is the process of keeping up with so much happening in a show or in any project for that?
It was exactly the same. Like I said, there is so much happening, and every moment there is something happening, that it's very difficult to keep tab of a 10-hour script. But so I have a way of doing this. Okay, so I work on the script, I work on the script, I work on the script, I make my notes, and one of the things that is on set is don't waste sides on me. Sides are the deka scenes that they give you. So it's a standing instruction to my ADs that do not give me sides. I do not want them. I will only refer to my script because that script has a million notes in it. And after every episode, I would put, you know how you write just before exams, we used to write down like just pointers लिखते थे last minute revision के लिए. So you read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it would give you a gist of whatever you were thinking or you had learned. So I would write down a short synopsis in pointers of the entire episode. So every time I would be doing a scene, even if it was in the 8th or 9th episode, I would start from episode 1, reading and studying it. Because that's the only way you remember, na, what is the trajectory. पहले से लेके 9वें एपिसोड पहुंचने तक क्या क्या हुआ है, उसने क्या क्या किया है, उसके ऊपर क्या गुजरी है, क्या कॉन्वर्सेशंस हुए हैं किन लोगों के साथ. So that is what I do. Like I have my script, then I have notes, then I have these one-line pointers, and it's just and start studying it.
Of course. Also, I mean, I'm sure again something that you must have been asked so much and so many times. You already mentioned that you're blessed to do all the work that you've been doing and getting, for that matter. Two things: how creatively satisfied are you at this point of time with all the work that you've done? And number two, what is the kind of work that you're looking to do? Probably, certain kind of script, certain kind of genre, certain kind of characters, or just as an actor, something that you always strive to do.
Well, I haven't done so much work in my entire life that I have done in this 1 year. And such rich, fruitful work. And such varied characters and playing leads and parallel leads. And it's fab. I mean, this is what I've waited for all this while. I did 6 projects last year. I went from Human to Darlings to Dr. G to Jalsa to Delhi Crime, 2 to 3 of us. So this is what I've done. And it's great. And what do I look forward to? I don't have one particular, I don't want to put it in a box and say, मुझे ये करना है, ये करना है. नहीं, मुझे सब करना है. I want to play roles that excite me. I want to do scripts that excite me. And there could be anything about a script that could excite me. It doesn't necessarily have to be a complexity. It could be the simplicity of a role and a part that could excite me. I love romantic films. I mean, I'm a hardcore romantic. I would love to do a love story. I'd love to do an action film. I'd love to do a mythology. I mean, there's so much. There's just so much. So it's not like ये करना है, ये करना है, ये करना है. मुझे बहुत सारा करना है. मुझे सब कुछ करना है.
Okay. Also, as someone who's worked across all mediums and who has a lot of great work to her credit, people often, even at this point of time, after all the, shows and the movies that we've seen on OTT, there is this divide that seems to exist, that film, TV, OTT, and that's that. And there's this constant competition that people talk about, OTT on one side and films and TV on the other side. What do you think about this entire conversation that goes on, and the divide that we actually don't want to be in, have in the entertainment space, but we still have it, and we actually end up creating it in the first place.
Is there a divide? I mean, I don't know. OTT is the new world. You don't have an option but to accept it. And aren't we glad it's there? I mean, the theatres were closed. We were all isolated. We were stuck in our houses. We had nothing to do. Of course, I mean, yes, there is television. There is television, and that will keep going on. And films is a tradition in our country. So that will keep going on. But I think OTT is just amazing. to world cinema, and you can watch it at posterity. It's like, it's amazing. I mean, the kind of shows, the kind of films that come out there, the box office. So it's not like Friday ko agar nahi chali to film nikal gayi.
Right.
You can watch this on your time.
Last question. What do you have to say to all those who are awaiting the release of Humans and your fans at large waiting to see all the work that you have in store?
Wow. First, thank you so much for all your love. Really. I get a lot of love from people. I mean, I feel blessed. I genuinely get a lot of love from people. And thank you. I feel blessed. And please watch Human. What else can I say? And I hope you'll feel as passionate about it as we did while making it. And what I've done is a chance I've taken. It's a risk I've taken. I don't know whether it'll work I mean, let's see.
All right. Thank you so much. It was absolutely lovely talking to you, and I'm really excited for this interview. So thank you so much for doing this with us, and all the very best for this.
Thank you. Take care, Sanchita.
Thank you. You too. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, check out our revamped website at www.indiaforums.com to get your daily dose of entertainment.